Hulk Hogan, the name alone is enough to transport fans back in time to a golden era of wrestling, to a world of loud cheers, ripped shirts, and body slams heard across arenas. With his handlebar mustache, yellow tights, and booming voice, Hulk Hogan was more than just a wrestler. He was a superhero, a symbol of strength, and a childhood idol to millions. On July 25, 2025, the world lost this larger-than-life figure. Hulk Hogan passed away at the age of 71. The wrestling world stood still, tributes poured in, tears flowed. Whether you loved him or hated him, you couldn't ignore him. Terry Bollea was born on August 11, 1953, in Augusta, Georgia. Terry loved sports, especially baseball. In fact, he dreamed of becoming a professional baseball player. But an injury in high school crushed that dream. Still, he never gave up. He shifted his passion into music. He played bass guitar in a few local bands and even toured across Florida. His band, Ruckus, started building a strong following. During one of his gigs, a few professional wrestlers noticed Terry's massive size and strength. They encouraged him to try wrestling. He didn't take it seriously at first, but the idea stuck in his head. Eventually, he began training under Hiro Matsuda, a legendary Japanese wrestler known for his brutal discipline. Matsuda wanted to test Terry. During their first training session, he broke Terry's leg. But Terry came back weeks later. That's when Matsuda knew the kid had heart. That's when Hulk Hogan was born. Terry's early wrestling career began in smaller promotions. He went by different names. But everything changed when he joined the World Wrestling Federation, known today as WWE. Vince McMahon Sr. gave him the name Hulk because of his resemblance to the Marvel character. With his enormous frame, bleach blonde hair, and undeniable charisma, Hulk Hogan quickly stood out. He began wearing bright yellow and red outfits. He developed his signature look, the mustache, the bandana, the ripped shirts. He created a character that felt like a superhero inside the wrestling ring. His catchphrases became famous. "What you're gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?" became a chant heard all around the world. He became the biggest star in professional wrestling. Vince McMahon Jr. saw the future in Hulk Hogan. He built WWF around him. WrestleMania, the grandest wrestling event, was born with Hogan at the center. In WrestleMania 3, Hogan body slammed a 520-pound Andre the Giant in front of 93,000 fans. That single moment became one of the most iconic images in wrestling history. With success in wrestling came opportunities in Hollywood. Hogan wanted to expand beyond the ring. In 1989, he starred in No Holds Barred. The film didn't break records, but it showed Hogan's crossover potential. He later starred in movies like Suburban Commando and Mr. Nanny. He wasn't just a wrestler anymore. He was an entertainment brand. He was everywhere. His presence stretched from the ring to TV, film, and even music. But as the 90s began, the superhero act started to wear thin. No rise is without challenges. As Hulkamania started to decline, Hogan faced major problems. In 1993, the WWF was hit by a steroid scandal. Hogan admitted he had taken steroids, shaking his wholesome image. Fans started to turn. New stars like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels took the spotlight. Hogan left WWF in 1993. He needed a break. But soon, he returned to the ring, this time in WCW World Championship Wrestling. There, Hogan tried to recreate Hulkamania. At first, it didn't work. The fans were different. The 90s were edgier. Hogan's goody-two-shoes act felt old. Then something shocking happened. In 1996, Hogan turned heel. He joined Scott Hall and Kevin Nash to form the NWO, the New World Order. Hogan went from hero to villain. He wore black and white, called himself Hollywood Hogan. Fans were stunned, but they watched, and they loved it. Hogan had reinvented himself. WCW began beating WWF in ratings. Hogan was back on top. The NWO changed wrestling forever. Hogan became the evil mastermind. His promos were arrogant. His matches were chaotic. Fans loved to hate him. Ratings soared. Merchandise flew off shelves. Hogan's career got a second life. He fought Goldberg Sting, the Ultimate Warrior. He brought real-life drama into wrestling. But behind the scenes, WCW had problems. Too many egos, poor management. Storylines got confusing, and eventually, WCW began to fall. In 2001, WWE bought WCW. Hogan returned to WWE in 2002. He wore red and yellow again. And to everyone's surprise, fans cheered. The bad guy became a hero once more. In 2002, Hogan faced The Rock at WrestleMania X8. The match wasn't about moves, it was about energy, emotion. The crowd went wild. Hogan lost. He was back in people's hearts. He won another WWE championship that year, but age was catching up. He was slower, injuries piled up. He wrestled part-time, did reality shows. In 2005, he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. His daughter, Brooke Hogan, began a music career. They starred in a reality TV show, Hogan Knows Best. But trouble was coming. In 2007, Hogan's son, Nick, was involved in a serious car crash. His friends suffered brain damage. Hogan's family began to fall apart. His marriage to Linda ended in a bitter divorce. Then in 2015, a leaked tape revealed Hogan using racist language. WWE immediately cut ties. Fans were disappointed. Sponsors vanished. Hogan's reputation was shattered. But that wasn't the end. Hogan sued the website Gawker for leaking the tape. In 2016, he won the case and was awarded $140 million. It was one of the biggest legal victories in celebrity history. Still, the damage was done. Hogan stayed out of the spotlight for a while. He later apologized, said he was working on himself. But not everyone forgave him. In 2018, Hogan was quietly reinstated into the WWE Hall of Fame. He made occasional appearances, hosted shows, gave speeches, but he was no longer the face of the company. New stars had taken over. John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. Still, Hogan remained a symbol of wrestling's past. At events in Saudi Arabia, Hogan appeared alongside Ric Flair and other legends. He received mixed reactions. Some fans cheered, others stayed silent. But he never stopped trying. He wanted redemption, wanted to be remembered for the good he brought, for the millions of lives he touched, and for the little kids who once believed they could be strong. Just like him, in his final years, Hogan mostly stayed in Florida. He worked on business ventures, ran his beach shop, did podcasts, and signed autographs. He often talked about faith, about health. He had dozens of surgeries on his back, hips, and knees. He was in pain, but he smiled for fans, posed for pictures, posted inspirational messages online. He stayed active, still trained, still looked like a superhero. But behind the scenes, his health was fading. Friends said he was tired, slower, but his mind was sharp. He often talked about death, said he wasn't afraid, that he was ready whenever the time came. On July 25, 2025, Terry Bollea passed away peacefully in his home. He was surrounded by close friends and family. The cause was complications from several long-term health issues. The world was stunned. Its impact was felt across generations. AEW, TNA, and even international wrestling promotions paid respect. Hulk Hogan was gone. But his spirit remained. He wasn't just a wrestler. He was an era. Hulk Hogan made mistakes. He had flaws. But he also had courage, strength, and the power to inspire. He changed professional wrestling forever, brought it into the mainstream, carried it on his back, helped build WrestleMania, entertained millions, gave fans memories that would last forever. The ripped shirt, the leg drop, the big boot, the stare downs, the comebacks, the glory. He wasn't perfect, but he was unforgettable. Hulk Hogan is gone, but Hulkamania lives forever. Rest in peace, brother.